polling record on our hands. And this one's a big one. I think a really big one, probably the biggest one, in my opinion, the Rasmussen Reports has ever had. And if you like that, make sure you hit the like button. Please share this, retweet it on Twitter. We want as many people as possible to see these results tonight because they show that voters are happy when they get what they wanted. History made 50%, a majority, 50%. That's a majority. People can say, no, a majority is 51. No, a majority is 50% plus one warm body. That gets you to a majority. 50% say that America is on the right track. I've been talking about this potentially coming. I thought it never would. I was joking about it. Maybe someday, Trump will get that right track up over 50%. And he went and did it. People are more satisfied with the direction of the country than at any point in recent history. The latest feather in President Donald Trump's hat on the edge of majority support for weeks. The latest Rasmussen Reports right track, wrong track average shared with Washington Secrets has hit 50% on Tuesday and shows no signs of pulling back. Well, that's his commentary. Here's the tweet that did it. Rasmussen Reports in a post on X called it uncharted territory. Those are Ted's words, and he's right. The number's embedded in the image. We'll see it later. Good morning. U.S. voters are increasingly optimistic. And Rasmussen pollster Mark Mitchell told Secrets, I never thought I would see it. I don't think the Republican Party understands the gravity of the gift which Trump has given them. The gift of the MAGA platform, the winning platform, the path to success for the Republican Party. It's been an unprecedented presidency. He also said on X, holy crap, it happened. For the first time in our polling history, a majority says the country is on the right track. Don't F it up, Republicans. I couldn't not stick that in there. Overall, 50% believe the country is on the right track, while 45% don't. Republicans overwhelmingly agree that things are good at 75%. I think that's a record too. While most Democrats don't, it's 65% wrong track, but that's still, that's actually kind of low for them, demonstrating the stark division in the country over politics and Trump. Well, yeah. What's beautiful is, listen, the way it works is a Republican president gets elected, Republican right track goes up, Democrat right track goes down. And the only reason that you get to a majority is if more Democrats than normal say things are going in the right direction. And that is what happened. Rasmussen Reports also said that Trump had a 52% approval rating. Yeah, it's back up. And that's high for the president. Yep. The results of Rasmussen's 4-day rolling average, this is 5 days, of right direction, wrong track are in line with a weekend New York Times story showing how the Trump effect has changed politics in America. You know what? I'm going to open that up and take a look at it. Interesting. Well, let's look at the actual numbers and see today's snapshot. This is our platinum page. Appreciate any platinum supporters. Listen, I don't recommend this for everybody, but if you like numbers, it really helps us out. It's our premium tier, but you get to see this every day, and not just on Mondays as a reader when we post right direction, wrong track. That's a little nuance here. Every day we put out a right direction, wrong track number. It's not an overnight number. It's an aggregate of the previous 5 days, so it's a rolling number. And so this is a big poll. This is 5 nights of data. It's roughly N equals 1900, plus or minus margin of error 2%. And we've never seen a 50. Never once in our polling history going back to 2006, which included all of Obama, politics Jesus. And obviously, right direction was going to be high at the tail end of the Bush administration. I'll tell you that right now. But man, Donald Trump 47, did something that Barack Obama could not. He had so much hope, though. 50%, 52% approval rating, 46% disapprove. So he's back up to net +6. At this point, I think it's pulling the average up higher, probably into the lower single digits. He only has an approval index of -2. And so there are only 2 points more voters who strongly disapprove of Trump than strongly approve. Right track, 75% for Republicans, 31% for Democrats, but also 45% for independents. Independents are tough. They do not like giving out a high right track number, and 45 is high, let me tell you. And what's also weird to me is how much Trump is now winning among men. Men and women were not that far off in the fall, but there's something about Trump 47 that has really made men take notice, and it hasn't really peeled off that much women's support. They're only underwater 4 points on Trump approval right now, 47% to 51%. But look at men approval for Trump, 58% to 41%. 57% of men say the country's headed in the right direction. There's something that resonates with the masculine audience in the second Trump term. I think it's fair to say. And black approval, although it's down, is still 34%, which is higher than probably everybody else in the industry has it. Like whatever. But let's look at some charts. I updated all the graphics. Every president going back to Obama's first term, a 10 period moving average to smooth things out. This light purple massive spike is the first term of Obama. And even though he came in with almost a 70% approval rating, I think he did hit 70 in a couple of the weekly numbers. There was an utter collapse as people all of a sudden realized that they had been rug pulled and that Barack Obama didn't have some magical way to fix the financial crisis. And so after that spike, Obama's numbers settled into the mid high 40s, just like Trump first term. So Trump's first term was very similar to both of Barack Obama's terms from an approval rating. But look at that red line. It's making kind of a weird shape. It's tracing Biden's first term. But what was weird about his only term, what was weird about Biden's term in his first spring is that he had a boost in presidential approval because everybody was really happy that blue states were finally lifting mask mandates and letting people go outside and go to the shopping store. So Trump is on top of that without any of that stuff. It's like literally the stuff he's doing. And what we have today is Trump now crossing Biden's approval rating line. You see that red line crossing that blue line there. And look at that blue line. That blue line never gets up to where it is now. So what that means is that for the rest of Biden's presidency, Biden's approval rating was not as high as Trump's is now. Trump is in pretty unprecedented territory. He's passed Obama too. He's passed his own first term, and it looks like he's gunning for Obama's first term. If this red line just continues right on through that purple line, and we have a president who has a stable 51% approval rating, that's awfully stunning. And people could say, oh, maybe it's response bias. Maybe all the Democrats punched out after the election. And I say, like, maybe, but also I haven't adjusted for what everybody says is an increase in registration for Republicans. So let's go to another chart. And this is approval index, strongly approve minus strongly disapprove. And Barack Obama, Earth to Barack Obama, Donald Trump just passed you. Look at how structurally higher Trump 47's approval index is than anybody. He's literally passing Barack Obama. And so all of this vilification didn't work. Nobody was vilifying Barack Obama, especially in the beginning of his first term. And yet Donald Trump's approval index is doing better now, just crossing. I mean, this is crazy. Is he going to trace a line across at zero, significantly higher than every other recent president? We've seen nothing like this. I really did think that this was going to kind of plunge and go down to where the Obama purple lines were. Now it looks like it's going to be 10 to 15 points higher than that, unless something happens. Unless something happens, and maybe it will. I really don't know. But then we have our right direction, wrong track charts. And just to put everything in perspective here, you still can't really see it on our full history other than look, the lines touch. And they only touched for one other day on our history in January of 2017. I'll make it bigger so everybody can see it better. And now they're touching a whole bunch. And so the country is multiple times happier than they were in January of 2017. It's very clear. And again, you can't see the width here, but this is now 17 consecutive weeks in a row of a right track higher than or the same as 42%. The previous high was here in February of 2017, right where the word record starts. That is 7 consecutive weeks at 42% or higher. And then we actually have this zoomed in, just if anybody wants to see how it looks on the first year. No. This is the last 5 years of right direction, wrong track polling. And so it's obviously unprecedented. We're talking about 20-year histories, but look at how it looks compared to the previous 5 years. It just completely blows all of the Biden presidency out of the water. And it's doing better than Trump presidency too. Just absolutely stunning. If you've learned something, please follow us at rasmussenreports.com, Rasmussen_poll at Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Mark_R_Mitchell at Twitter. And thanks for watching.